So today I want to talk to the woman who is divorcing a narcissist and secretly terrified that if she goes silent, he'll win. So you've probably heard people say, just go no contact, or gray rock him, don't react. But no one really explains what to do with the terror in your body when you imagine him twisting your silence, telling everyone, particularly the courts, that you're unstable, uncooperative, or abusive. So in the ancient Hermetic and Kabbalistic traditions, there is a spiritual technology for exactly this moment, and it's called the Law of Silence, okay? This is not the silent treatment that he uses to punish and control you. This is sacred, strategic, spiritual silence that cuts his access to your energy and puts you back on the throne of your own life. So if you stay with me for the next few minutes, I'm going to show you what the law of silence really means, how it applies when you are divorcing a narcissist or involved in a post-decree custody battle with a narcissist, or as I've been using the term lately, petty tyrant, and how to plan for and overcome the fear that he will use your silence against you. So what is the law of silence? In the Hermetic and occult teachings, there's an old motto repeated for centuries: to know, to dare, to will, and to keep silent. So to know, you gain truth, insight, and clarity. To dare, you act on that truth, even when it's scary. To will, you hold your course, you do not abandon yourself. And to keep silent, you protect what's sacred until it's strong enough to stand on its own. By the way, this is why we don't reveal a pregnancy in its early embryonic, delicate stages. We talk about it later when things are further along, the fetus is more developed, etc., etc. Fine. So silence here is not weakness. It's not I have nothing to say. It's I know exactly what's true, and I choose not to hand that truth to someone who will weaponize it. In modern language, the law of silence is I don't owe my inner world to people who have shown me that they will misuse it. And when you are divorcing a narcissist, this is crucial because narcissists feed off your explanations, your defenses, your emotional essays. Every long text message, every courtroom hallway argument, every late night rant becomes supply for them. Your sacred silence stops you from being his battery. I want to bring in a powerful teaching from Sarah Yehudit Schneider's work, You Are What You Hate, a spiritually productive approach to enemies. She explains that the people who trigger us the most often mirror something unfinished inside of us. It's not that we are like them in behavior, but that they poke at our deepest fears and unhealed places in a way that can become spiritually productive if we let it. So what does a narcissistic ex mirror? It could be your fear of being unseen or unheard, your fear of being misrepresented or slandered, your fear that deep down maybe you are too much, too sensitive, too dramatic. His cruelty is real, the manipulation is real, but at the same time, your reaction to him is a diagnostic tool that shows you exactly where your soul is ready to grow. The narcissist hates you for one reason. You have been his battery, and your soul is done with that job. The moment you start to pull your energy back, he feels it as abandonment and exposure. It's like you've turned on a bright light in a room where he's been hiding. From a spiritual perspective, he is there as a test. Will you keep feeding his reality, or will you choose your own? When you feel that urge to over-explain, to send the 19-paragraph email, I want you to ask, am I talking to convince him, or am I talking because I'm terrified of sitting alone with my own truth? That is where our work begins. Let's talk about fear. What if he uses your silence against you? Let's go right into that fear because it's valid and it's big. You might be thinking, if I don't respond, he'll say I'm uncooperative. If I go quiet, he'll tell the kids or the courts I'm crazy or abusive. If I stop engaging, the court will think that I'm the problem. These are not imaginary fears. Narcissists are experts at flipping the script, playing the victim, and accusing you of exactly what they are doing. How do we honor that reality and practice spiritual silence? The key is this distinction. You are not choosing silence everywhere. You are choosing silence in the wrong arena. So think of it this way. There are 3 arenas. There is the legal and procedural arena, which is court and communication with lawyers, parenting apps, written agreements. There is the relational emotional arena, so that is text messages, DMs, in-person conversations where he wants a reaction. And then there is the spiritual inner arena. That is your relationship with the Creator, your own consciousness, your healing, all right, your higher self. Here's the shift. In the legal arena, you are clear, factual, and documented. You respond through the proper channels. You let your attorney speak if you are using one in the spaces that matter legally. In the relational arena, you go minimal, short, factual, and neutral, or no response at all when it's not necessary. That means no defending, no explaining, no arguing. In the spiritual arena, you are loud. You tell the whole truth to God, to your therapist, to your journal, to safe people. You leave nothing unsaid in the places that can actually hold it. So your silence is not about disappearing. It's about moving your voice to safer ground. That way, if he tries to use your silence against you, you're not actually silent where it counts. Your lawyer has your documentation. The court has your filings. Your kids have your consistent, calm presence over time. You're just refusing to perform for his narrative. Let's plan for the fear, because remember, this is the main tool in the toolkit of the narcissist, is they are trying to make you feel afraid. So what is your practical silence strategy, all right? How do we plan for this in a way that calms your nervous system? I want you to grab a notebook and write these 3 headings. 1, where I will speak. 2, where I will be brief. And 3, where I will be silent. Under where I will speak, you might write with my lawyer, with my coach, in court documents, in therapy and coaching, with 1 or 2 trusted friends, in prayer or journaling. This is where your voice is fully allowed. Under where I will be brief, write co-parenting app messages about logistics, short texts about kids' schedules, written responses that must exist for legal reasons. Here, your replies are factual, unemotional, almost like a business email. And under where I will be silent, you are going to write things like responding to insults or character attacks, defending myself against wild accusations in text, explaining my feelings to someone who has proven they don't listen in good faith, trying to get closure from him. These are the places where your silence is not avoidance, it's alignment. Once you have this mapped out, you are no longer just trying to be quiet, you have a silence plan. So when a triggering message comes in, you can literally ask yourself, what category is this? If it's logistics or court related, you answer simply. If it's bait, you put the phone down, screenshot for your attorney if needed, and you do not engage. You are training your nervous system that silence is not danger. Silence is your strategy. But of course, the hardest part is not the concept. It's what your body does when you don't respond. You might feel a tight chest, sick to your stomach, racing thoughts. He's gonna destroy me, I have to say something. That is your survival system, not your soul. So here is a simple practice you can use every time that you choose silence. You're going to put one hand on your heart, one hand on your lower belly. Inhale slowly for a count of 4. Hold for 4. exhale for 6. You're going to do that 5 to 10 times. And then you're going to say out loud, "It is safe for me to be silent when silence protects my peace. My truth is documented. I do not need his agreement. God sees everything. I am not unprotected." So what you're doing here is you are pairing a new belief with a calmer body state. And over time, your nervous system starts to associate silence not with "I'm about to be attacked," but with "I'm finally safe." And remember Sarah Yehudit Schneider's teaching. The enemy is here to help you grow, not to define you forever. Every time you choose disciplined silence instead of reactive speech, you are graduating spiritually. You are refusing to become what you hate. So here's what I want to leave you with today. The narcissist believes your value lies in how much energy he can extract from you. The Hermetic Law of Silence says that your value is infinite and therefore it must be guarded. You have already tried everything, and has it worked? You've tried proving, defending, arguing, crying, raging. If that were going to set you free, it would have worked by now. So now you're going to try a different path. You know what is true. You dare to act on that truth. You will your life back into your own hands, and you keep silent with him. You can be fully honest with yourself and with whatever higher power you answer to, the creator, the universe, whatever name you put on it. Your silence is not an absence of power. It is the containment of power. If you are ready to create your own silence plan, to walk through your specific situation, and you want to have support while you do this, this is exactly the work I do with my clients. You do not have to untangle this alone. So I don't always remember to introduce myself in these videos, so I will do that now. My name is Hannah, and I am a lot of things, but mainly I'm a manifestation coach, an energy healer. I am a former police officer and divorce and family mediator. And basically, I just want to bring spirituality and manifestation, law of assumption work to you through the lens of Kabbalah in a really healthy, psychologically grounded way. If you like my coaching style and you want to go deeper with me on your specific issue, there is a link to my website in the description, and there are a number of different ways you can work with me. If you just want to talk about one specific topic, I highly recommend booking the 1-hour clarity session. Otherwise, if you want to talk about whether or not we are a good fit to work together for one of the intensive 3-month packages, then I recommend booking one of the discovery calls. Or you can just continue to enjoy the free content here. And if you enjoyed this video and you got value from it, then I would just ask you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video. That really helps push the content into the algorithm so more people can benefit from this work. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Bye.